These guys are like a before and after commercial for a hair growth product. Cillian Murphy on what he did during the SAG strike. I have been sitting at home, eating cheese. I feel like this crab is threatening me. Get out of London. I wish we could choose our baby fathers. Thinking about all the money I have spent on food this year. When I go to the site yahoo.com, all that shows up other letters. Okay, is this happening to anyone else? Have you ever stolen a cup from a restaurant just because a Dr. Pepper logo was on it? I knew crows were smart, but this one is actually dipping his nuggets. If you bought the hawk to our coins, how did you think this would end? Same when you bought Trump sneakers. Why Jay-Z look like he invented peanut butter? I don't brush my teeth because I have terrible sensory issues. You dissolve the food before it goes to your stomach. I'm willing to pay more for goods made by American workers. They went from Trump will bring down the price of groceries to this line real effing fast after the election lol. We'll see if the rest of Trump's supporters agree. People who have had sex with celebrities, how was it? Great until they kicked me out of the wax museum. Introducing girlfriend to my family. Me. This is my girlfriend Janine. Janine. Hi, wife. What the F? Your app name is Lil plus the last reason you were in the hospital. Don't think white people should be doing this. Lil blood when I fart. How do I defend the war of Japan? I have my conference in like 2 hours and it only just occurred to me that Japan's war are extensive. What do I do? You probably moisturize your hands with dumb. Guys below 178 centimeters are just bros. Since I'm below 178 centimeters, does that make her my sister now? If you're here for fun, then go have it with your sister. So if I'm her bro, guess that's just how the math works out, huh? Clid muncher, do you actually kids, or is this MF just making it up? When is it White Friday? Watching White Christmas on Black Friday holidays are way too real. If hypertension was a person. The fear-mongering has begun, but the real thing we should be afraid of is the loss of self-governance to an unelected bureaucracy. You do realize you're an unelected bureaucrat, right? The National Guard should be at the board, not at the Capitol. Mexicans didn't try to overthrow our government, you did. Picture of Dave Blunt and his girl has gone viral. This MF ate the last follows he had. Got this as my first tattoo about 3 weeks ago and absolutely love it. Guess we are posting electrical tattoos now. My grandfather had one as well. Apparently he was electrician during the war. He had 2 lightning bolts as a tattoo. Black people are the easiest to bait with misinformation. I don't know, man, white people jumped fast as F on the rumor of Haitians eating cats and dogs LMRO. Can you? I'm 17. You took too long, I grew up. They will always remember your kindness, man. They have pornographic memory. The crows have pornographic memory. They will never forget your kindness. What's the difference between a police officer and a bullet? When a bullet chills someone else, you know it's been fired. That joke is so dark it's gonna get by a cop. Analysis. Why so many Americans prefer sprawl to walkable neighborhoods. If it were really a 15-minute neighborhood, it wouldn't need a metro station. Do you think that nobody ever has any leave their neighborhood? Some people's heads are just for decoration. If it was Romania, I would at least understand because they would steal it. Romanians stole our copper, so we were forced to use fiber optic cables. I wonder what this 200-year-old salamander thinks about nutrients. B. George R.R. Martin, bleeding heart liberal, hate Trump. Write a story in which a wall protects human civilization from literal zombies. What's the next step of his master plan? One of the core plot points of the book is that the human beings on the other side of the wall are not actually the enemy. Might be the hardest pick of all time for real. F. Dyslexia. Daily X. No more caffeine. We invent triple brew coffee. Joe Biden just pardoned Hunter but Jesus won't. Jesus of Nazareth forgave the people who whipped him, nailed him to a cross and killed him. You can have sex with one real person from all of human history, who is your ultimately. I would like to have sex one more time with my wife who passed away from 9 years ago. My body yearns for hers. The ultimate downside to finding the one is she may lie young and leave you wanting. I also choose this guy's lead wife. Bartender at North Italia. Hi Alan. We came across your resume on Indeed and noticed your passion for technology and skills in JavaScript, SQL and HTML CSS. If you're interested in a bartender position at North Italia, please feel free to apply now or view the job description for more details. Evolution of fashion styles in Japan. 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s. As someone of Japanese ancestry, I find this offensive. We never wore hijabs. I would love to live in Mexico. The food's great, the people are great, the powder is great. Jake Paul permanently looks like he's processing what people told him 5 minutes ago, lol. The effing. When your day is going too well and you don't trust it and some shit finally goes down. There it is, the effing. Tucker Carlson says AOC is a child of privilege. I have lost track. Am I just a bartender who should go back to making drinks without health insurance, or am I a secretly deceitful child of privilege because I'm an heiress of the Swanson frozen food empire? Oh wait, sorry, that's Tucker Carlson. Careful there, Incel Icarus. You're flying too high to the lamp in your mom's basement. Ugh, I can't get them both to fit in my banner. Never mind, figured it out. I didn't ask to be born. I know, because if you did I would have said no. Officers chill, man with no active warrants at wrong house. No active warrants is an odd yet intentionally malicious way of saying innocent man. Boss asked me why I have a picture of sign on my watch. 5 medical students chilled after car's head-on collision with bus in Kerala. Will there be special straight counseling to fill those 5 MBBS seats? That grease gun looks like it's worth $10. Looks can be this evening. Hawk to a girl also known as Hailey I. Welsh is facing backlash after she started a meme coin and lost everyone's money. The token hit $500 million before crashing below $60 million in just 20 minutes. I feel like if you bought this you were probably gonna lose your money on another scam anyway. You said you wouldn't fall for someone based on types, but you can tell whether you like someone if you know them well enough. Probably. How about someone like me? Thank you, Lord, for a new day. Dawn Ultra. 50% less scrubbing. Does anyone actually love themselves? Loving yourself seems like such an impossible goal to have. So many people hate themselves and who they are. Sometimes it feels like everyone hates themselves. I did in public, now I have a restraining order. Not one contractor we contacted would keep our pipes clean and off the ground, so my amazing husband Steve took it upon himself to make some notches on these extra pieces of wood and kept the pipes off the ground. I love you, honey. I once saw 2 girls get in a fight over who was more anorexic. They argued who hadn't eaten in the longest time, were trashed off of 3 Michelob Ultras, and they literally rolled down a hill fighting, looking like a malnourished tumbleweed. Craze 4DP. Mistake eraser. You erased 4 mistakes like you were deleting your search history. LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy, September 11, 2006. Mr. President, a second LEGO Star Wars has hit the shelves. No one is above the law except the president's Nepo baby is a Hiloover parting message for Democrats, said the Nepo baby. Face it, Megan, no one would have a clue who you are if it wasn't for your last name. It certainly isn't your talent or lack of that got you in the news. Don't start she if you can't take she. The idea is to put her down so she lowers her standards for him because she thinks she can't do any better. This is what happens when 14-year-olds type how to get women into Google and take advice from men whose only experience with women was typing how to get women into Yahoo search in 2002. Yeah, the kind of guys who take advice from Neil Strauss. Frank Ocean debuts new hairstyle. Daddy Yankee announces divorce from wife Myra Des Gonzalez after 20 years of marriage. They look like every couple running a pit bull rescue. His hairline looks like the edge of a tape dispenser. My young daughter is very sweet but has a mouth like a sailor. We have a deal that the only person she can ever swear at is the moon. If you come past our house on the right time of the month you'll hear a 5-year-old and a middle-aged man shouting "F you moon" and "Shut up you shit the night sky." Edit. You have made my daughter's day, guys. F off space egg. Effing galactic cheese. Earth orbiting Nickel.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.